Hey everyone, happy holidays. So, as you can see, I'm kind of out and about right now. That is definitely not because I, lost a hard drive with a bunch of assets, including my previous backgrounds. That is not the reason why I'm outside. Anyway, I'm outside right now because I'm introducing us to our holiday video. Now, was it gonna be a holiday live stream? Maybe so, maybe not. That didn't work out. Well, what we do have here is we have two games that we're gonna look at. Two very... Now, you know what? You guys said you wanted these games, congratulations, well cooked. Hot and roasted and steamy. Can do it. I didn't want to hurt anyone's feelings, Oh, you'll see. I got too explainy and I didn't say the pure rage in my heart, so I'm re-recording this intro afterward. These games are relics of a bygone era. An era of shogi where basic concepts were not followed. And one that apparently still exists today, despite my best efforts. These Kifu have problems. I'm sorry for what you're about to see. So this is a game here between Spike as Gote and Michan, who is some random on A1 Dojo. I don't know, they're like 7 hue or something, so we'll see. Here we have some kind of double static run. Gold up is intrinsically going to be staticer here. Yeah, technically you can do this, and then play fourth file, or you play central rook still, but this shape just is definitely much more natural to stick with staticer. This is the making of a castle already, some kind of gongi maybe. And instead of it is something interesting, we're playing with the king in the middle. Now this silver coming up here, silver coming up here, creates two clip shapes around the king, and you wind up with an interesting position. I don't know how much I love that, but it's definitely playable. I would have aimed just for kind of a more natural crab castle, maybe aiming for gongi, but I would have started attacking first. I feel like at least this is more flexible, even if you want to be super aggressive. Having the closed bishop is something that I personally don't like, but it's not really terrible. Okay. Pawn up is a different move. King fight 2, and the opponent is also castling. Maybe some kind of crab castle here. Silver up, and one up. Now the king can come here and come here. I don't know. Crab castle is a thing too. And here's silver up. This plan I don't like. Just silver doesn't really have a natural square to go to. I don't know why we're playing bogey here. Where's the target? Even if we were to get magically 3 moves to prepare our bogeying and then somehow go here, that takes 4 moves, and in that time, they're just gonna push the edge or something. Bogeying is not gonna succeed here. I would much rather play this way into rapid advancing silver if we want to attack with the silver at all. Remember, this silver is put up our castle right now. So pawn 7-4, their silver should be coming up this way and looking to attack this pawn. It's the head of the bishop and the head of the king. So it's most natural definitely to attack on this file, which means the silver really belongs maybe here. Putting the silver here is awkward, because now the silver doesn't really have a future. Yes, it's going to try and go here and attack this pawn. That's the thing. Sure. Instead, the opponent just pushes the pawn here, which looks like if we go here, they'll go here. However, in this position, we can just open the bishop, and now we're threatening to come here and attack the rook. What if they move over? Well, it's really not a big deal. We can move this silver up and protect this. If they ever push here, we have silver takes, which hits the bishop, and the silver is fine, so they can't really do anything. So I feel like going after this pawn was actually okay here, since our opponent isn't really making any kind of initiative out of it, and we're making use of this silver, which is on an awkward square otherwise. Pawn 5-5, what play does this move? Opening up the bishop, It's a supernatural move, and I don't think it's really wrong, but maybe advancing the silver was just a little bit better. So the opponent advances and then we go here. And this move, in my opinion, is honestly kind of a mistake. It's really awkward to block this pawn with the silver because our rook is behind the pawn. So now all of a sudden, our whole attack is just blocked by this silver that's sitting there like an impacted molar. And yes, I'm saying an impacted molar because I'm sure it hurts. I've never had an impacted molar before, so I don't know if that actually hurts, but I've heard it does. Right. Now, what's gonna happen is this rook can go up, so after this, now the rook goes here. Yeah, we can attack the rook this way, but now on this line the rook can even come to the middle, whereas if the silver was on a more natural square, here, which attacks the same exact thing without blocking all of our pieces, I mean, it just makes so much more sense to go here. The rook up is actually a terrible move. Bishop up from this position seems to win the game. The only reasonable square to put the rook is here. However, what happens is push, and now the rook has literally nowhere to go. Okay, why is this not a reasonable square? Because now after push, the rook is literally just trapped. It's a dead piece. The pawn is going to push again, and now the rook has nowhere to go. So after bishop up, the rook just has to go backwards, which means that this rook going here altogether is wrong. So silver up is a really bad move because it blocks everything, but also because it is just in a worse place than it would be if it went to the middle. Rook comes up, pawn comes up, and now we're looking at the makings of an attack here. If our opponent gets greedy and tries to chase our silver back, then our silver walks away and they have a permanent weakness forever. In other words, they really shouldn't do that. Our next idea is going to be to push this pawn, and then after takes, I'm not really sure what. I mean, yeah, we can put the rook behind it, but then they can chase the silver back because the weak point isn't really that big of a deal anymore. And then maybe they can even put the rook here. That gets kind of troublesome. The opponent plays silver 6-6, which is a really wacky move. I'm gonna explain why. Here, the silver is quite okay, and going forward, it blocks the bishop. That seems fine since they're both working in the center, but there's literally nothing happening in the center, so fighting over the center doesn't make sense. The silver is also going here, presumably to protect this square, except there's no threat on that square yet. It doesn't make sense to defend a threat that literally doesn't exist, and also a threat that won't be that big of a deal even if it does exist. And by moving this silver, we defeat the whole purpose of putting our rook up here. The rook is not protecting the important pawn anymore, and the silver can just take. I mean, yeah, we're taking a pawn, and then our silver is gonna have to leave. But right now, our opponent has to worry about their bishop first. I don't know. This seems like a really annoying position to play as the opponent, if not a troublesome one. Also, we now have the freedom to use this knight, though I'm not sure how much that matters. Rook over, pawn up. I don't know. We can support this silver too. So the bishop comes here, because this is exactly what happens in the game. Which is, by the way, a ridiculous blunder. The bishop is just dead on this square. You can push the pawn, and then push the pawn. The bishop has literally nowhere to go. In fact, the opponent putting the bishop here is completely nonsensical, and the bishop should have gone here. Now, the logical thing to do in this position is either to keep attacking like this, which just works, by the way. Say, for instance, they move their silver back, we can trade it, and then that's just good because we're trading an attacking silver for attacking silver. Or if they put the silver here, I guess there's some kind of bogan type thing, and we can push the pawn. Obviously, if they take, we're taking this, and the game is over. This is a tip game right next to the enemy king. So, I don't know. What if they move the bishop out? That loses, obviously. And what if they take? Take has to be the most natural move left. So we can go here, and now again we're just starting. If they're gonna do this, something to attack the rook, the silver goes here, it's defending backwards. After rook takes. Yes, there's this check. I don't know. This is kind of a serious move, actually, because our king is in the middle. Let's say we drop the silver, they can go here, and they get to promote the rook, so that's maybe not quite game over. This is quite a serious line here. Maybe there's a better move. I'm not entirely sure there's a better move, so maybe rook takes pawn is wrong, and instead we can play this kind of move. After this, we could go here, but then there's something awkward in that the pawn's not really going anywhere fast. So, there's some interesting stuff in this position, so it's not just completely over. The pawn push isn't even the best move, and the silver can just go backwards. Or we could push this pawn to protect the silver. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. Now with this protected, we can really go all out, and the position will just collapse here. So we play gold up, which is the equivalent of absolutely nothing. We're defending against a threat, again, that doesn't exist. So making this move just doesn't make any sense. I'm gonna explain why. Even if the bishop sacrifices itself here, we can take with the silver or the king, and there's literally zero follow-up there. Defending this pawn does nothing. Defending this pawn does nothing. And this square is already defended by the knight. Moving the gold here literally accomplishes absolutely nothing. Yeah, it's a nice move for later to improve the castle. But right now, there's nothing to be improving the castle for. Just kill the bishop. Because if we don't, they can put their pawn here. Like, literally, they're threatening to do this and then save the bishop. And then our whole plan is kind of bad. Yeah, there's still gonna be a strong edge attack there, because their position is just that terrible. But at least they get to keep the bishop, and at least they can keep playing. By moving the gold up, you're sitting here being defensive and letting your opponent make a bunch of counterplay that they don't deserve to make. So pawn up here, again, does absolutely nothing. You can either literally just take the pawn. If they sacrifice their bishop for the silver, then there's gonna be the idea of takes and then redrop here. However, after the rook moves in, just trading the pieces off, it's not really that big of a deal, and having a silver in hand helps us attack as well. I mean, it's annoying, but it's not that big of a problem. Pawn a5 here just makes perfect sense. I guess they should take. I mean, that would be the reasonable thing to do, being that it's an in-between move, and then they can at least get a piece for their bishop. So, rather than getting the bishop for free, by just moving your pawn, you allowed your opponent to get a piece for the bishop. And then, your opponent, really wanting to make sure that you do not give them any counterplay whatsoever, put their bishop here. Knight 7-3 goes ahead and blocks the bishop. I guess it's one of many ways to do that. The bishop's gonna die no matter what. Maybe the silver is gonna die now, though? I don't know. I guess maybe not. If they got a pawn, then it would. Yeah, so if we go here, they're gonna take this, and then they can kill the silver. Okay, I was going west too fast in this position, I have to admit. So, here's what's going on. This knight jump, I said, kind of roughly is okay. While going over it initially, this is like a video I'm re-recording afterward because I was looking at the video, and I noticed something that's rather obvious that I didn't say. And here's what it is. This knight jump, or the move I suggested gold over, are both terrible. The bishop is dead. You just have to push the pawn, and the bishop dies. Gulping the knight doesn't work because they can just move their silver. And then when you push the pawn, they have a square for their bishop. Like, it's not an ideal square for the bishop, but the bishop isn't being taken for nothing. So this knight jump is literally missing out on taking a free bishop. Not a free silver, a free bishop. Yeah, the opponent's position is awful. We already knew it was awful. Like, it can't get much more awful. And gold over has the same exact power. So over here, the bishop is just getting away. It goes here. And then it can go like this and attack. It'll at least do something. Yeah, it takes time. Yeah, the bishop is in a bad place. The shape is terrible. Our opponent's shape is terrible. We've known that for many, many moves by this point. We're not worried about how much worse their shape gets, because losing a free bishop is still much worse than having a bad shape, at least in this position. So, yeah. I wanted to correct that because I said something silly. I said knight jump is okay, and that I'd prefer to move the gold. Both of those moves are awful. They are blunders. Push the pawn. Yes, they can take the gold. Whatever. They don't have the counterplay. If they take here, we can retake. There is nothing. We are winning the game. Yeah, so if we go here, they're gonna take this, and then they can kill the silver. So at least they get counterplay there. I guess it would sack this way, creating a weakness, and then go here. This looks like a winning position in a million different ways. Silver here, by the way, does nothing because they can literally just take. most concerning is rook over attacking the silver somehow, except there's just no follow-up because we take the bishop and then they don't have anything. So they sack a pawn here, because good players make a pawn sacrifice like that, so they just, I mean, it just must be a good move just because good players make that pawn sacrifice sometimes. I literally cannot come up with any other reason for making a pawn sacrifice there unless they're really expecting this bishop to leave and then expecting this capture to matter in the future. Anyway, you take, which taking does not include jumping the entire position backwards, of course, and then move the silver back. I don't know. Silver back is kind of a move. It is one of the moves of all time. You're trading this silver for this silver, and then moving the knight out of the way, which defeats the purpose of putting the knight there in the first place. Instead, you could literally take a free bishop. And now, instead of trading and trying to fix this position, because you have to retake, you can't just go promote, you have to retake here. If you take this way, then takes here is probably just giving your opponent an advantage altogether. Now the bishop's not getting trapped, your king is completely weak, their rook is active, and their bishop is active. That's a nightmare. So you would have to retake the silver. And at that point, your opponent can do all sorts of things. First of all, their bishop is just open now. They can sack whenever they want and get value. But it seems like this is the most strong move. And from here, I mean, again, this position feels at best a little bit uncomfortable. Yeah, you're probably better in this position, if not winning. But your opponent has a lot of play. And here's the problem I'm seeing over and over, is throughout this game, rather than just making it impossible for your opponent to play the game, you keep giving them more and more counterplay. That's not a good thing to be doing. Here, we move the rook back and forth for literally no reason, and just helps the opponent develop a piece. And lost the turn in doing so. So what does our opponent do? Absolutely nothing. They push a pawn. This pawn push wants to push again and then go after the head of the bishop. Yeah, it makes sense in theory. Except, there's so much more going on in the position. First of all, the fact that the bishop is dead. I mean, what else can they do? I don't know. The bishop is gonna die anyway, right? So, then we should just do nothing, because there's nothing we can do. No. We should try and do something. I don't know. Putting the rook in the middle is what makes sense to me, because then we can actually try and attack over here. I don't know if it's the best move, but again, there's some kind of counterplay being created. Take, for example, this line. We attack the silver. Silver can go up or back. I don't know. I should think up of this way. It makes the most sense. Because now after sacrifice, you can take the silver or the gold. Gold makes maybe more sense. I don't know. Let's show silver. I'm not sure if it's better or worse. So that now there's a knight drop here, which is attacking this square. Silver up. That's why I did silver, so silver can come back and try and defend the square. And now there's actually some serious play happening in the position. By the way, there's just another knight jump. The gold can't go anywhere. Takes, I don't know. See, this position gets really complex because the opponent has a lot of counterplay, even if they've lost material. And yeah, it's a really deep line, but it's not hard to see that your opponent will do something if they have the ability to do something. It's not about seeing every single chance of counterplay. It's about seeing the fact that we're letting our opponents do something for no reason. And if you let somebody do enough of something, they'll eventually do something quite meaningful. Now here's a knight jump. So we take the knight. Again, taking the knight is wrong. They can sacrifice their bishop and then do something. Now they turned a free bishop into a gold for a bishop. Yes, you still won material, but you won a lot less material in this line. Instead, our opponent doesn't know what an in-between move is and just blunders profusely. And now we take. By the way, that's two pieces. Two pieces for a bishop. Yeah, okay. Well, I guess you should get knight chat. So it's one piece for a bishop. And now it's your turn to take a lance in the corner. Do we do that? No. This pawn move isn't even a threat, by the way, because there's two defenders. I guess the threat is to push here and move the sword away and then go ahead and take. Yeah, it's a move. What you could have done already is go ahead and take this lance, though I understand, again, if you don't want to give them this kind of counterplay. It makes sense. Instead, we go here, which is pretty logical, and now they take. So do we make use of that? No, we just take it. Okay. I don't know if that works. let's see, what could we do here? Because they did take. I mean, taking it this way seems like we're just letting the silver go back, and then it's kind of begging the question of what we've even done. Yes, we made a pawn trade. I can see that much. Pawn push can be interesting, but it actually opens us up to a knight trap. So I'm not really sure. Maybe taking is even just the best move, and then... Okay, so if you hear dead silence, that's my own lack of words for this move. I am speechless. Not in a good way. But I am speechless. I mean, to explain this move, it blunders a whole silver. It traps your own rook to this knight drop. I'm truly just utterly speechless. And then there's even more tactics in the position. Plays bishop 8. I mean, it works. Yeah, it's really actually not that big of an accomplishment to drop the bishop here because I don't never promote the bishop anyway. I guess we promote the bishop with the threat of promoting the rook. Because now this square's open, but it would have been anyway. Yeah, I don't understand really what this move is all about. We're dropping the bishop just to take a lance, but we're actually helping the opponent's king get further away from our attack. So it feels kind of inefficient. What's best? Probably literally just taking the free silver is best because now this gold is really soft and there's gonna be a silver here to follow up. Even like silver here becomes an option. So now gold up defends the silver and stops the rook from promoting, so again, taking the lance really was not efficient. Okay, rook back, not there. I guess all the way back makes more sense, because now the rook just has more options. Going here to share at our own gold really doesn't help us at all. Going all the way back just makes a lot more sense. So now they drop a pawn, and we drop a lance to go after the pawn. There's a free rook here. I know I'm normally one who says don't chase material, don't chase material, don't chase material. Given this position, taking the rook just wins the game instantly because they are very weak to rook drops. Let's take silver takes, rook takes, and pawn drop. And pawn drop. Okay. By the way, they don't have to take that, but I actually don't see a better move, so sure. And now he moves the rook over. Lance drop. For the sake of dropping the lance, literally all I can say about it. The rook moves over our attack and the king. Okay, it's knight kept square. I don't even know if it's the best move, it doesn't really matter. Knight drop, rook back. Okay, sweet opponent is now officially out of pieces. So they take, and now we get. We made a whole point of moving the rook backward. A whole point of moving this rook backward, so that now we're defending the pawn. And we move the bishop away. We make the bishop completely inactive. Take the pawn. It's a free pawn. Literally solved any problems you would ever have. If he goes here, yeah, I understand he can go here and there's a fork. Who cares? You go here, you're attacking him. Oh no, whatever. He takes one thing, now you go here. But there's no real counterplay for him here. If you thought there was, then sure. I mean, sure. But look at your position. Bishop back is so slow. Now pop him up. Knight takes. He's going to have threats of dropping the pawn later, so he pushes here. Yeah, okay. So your opponent so badly wants counterplay that he plays on the edge for no reason. Love it. Beautiful. See, this is why we play shogi, for amazing ideas such as this. Edge one push. See, somebody once said edge attacks are good, and therefore that means everyone now just thinks edge attack good without actually ever having a real plan in the position. I don't know. You can go silver here, by the way. I don't know if it works. As soon as you go here, you can take this. So it gets complicated. I don't know. There's no reason to complicate things here. We're completely winning. Pawn take 5. Okay, we attack the rook and the rook moves over. So now we can attack the rook again. Why would you go here if you're not attacking anything? I mean, you're attacking the lance, but the lance is not gonna fall. You're attacking the head of the game? Is that the idea? So you want to take and then silver takes, rotates, promote? I mean, you can defend. You don't have the pieces. Gold is hanging. I guess that's your idea, is gold is hanging? I don't know. Knight takes. Okay, so we just take it because the gold is meaningless at this point. Or we will go here, and now he will have an in-between move, and he will have counter because he has an in-between move. Does our opponent make in-between moves? No, they just take things randomly. Pawn drop, and now knight drop, and it's very good. This is over. Now, there is one square that doesn't get checkmated. Going here, there's no checkmate. Or at least if there is, it's Sung Long Sume, but I'm going with that there's no checkmate here. And there's one square that gets checkmated in one. And our opponent chooses to get checkmated in one. I don't know what to say about this game. The feeling is that Spike gave the opponent every opportunity to try and come back in the game. And instead the opponent said, no, please kill me. Just kill me. Like, this style of play is unfathomably strange. I can't even understand the purpose of this move. Like, they were about to flag and they just made any move. Like, this move just baffles me. In every sense of the word, I don't even know what they're trying to do. Silver to 2-7. But for what? Are we trying to protect the pawn? If so, why? I mean, it's like they truly made a random number generator random. Like, there is nothing that this move ever does. Like, this is like not 7Q move. This is like 45Q move because it's just making a truly, utterly random nothing move. It does less than nothing. It truly only makes the position worse in every way imaginable. Keep in mind, you have the opportunity to play moves like this, which isn't even perfect, but like, at least does something, or tries to do something in the position. It blocks the bishop, it attacks a rook, it protects the silver. There's so many things that this move does. It also gives our king more squares, but at the cost of allowing like bishop drop here, I don't know. There's truly like so many good things that could have been in another position, and instead, like, I'm focusing on this move so much because it just boggles my mind. This is like, I started doing game reviews, and I came to the point that there are... I cannot comprehend, like, playing with your brain off. Like, to me, playing with your brain off is like not reading super deeply. Like, I can't comprehend this move. It doesn't make any sense to me. It's like it's a move you make if you're like trying to lose. Let's go ahead and go to the next game. Okay, in game 2 we see Janito as Sente against Lolonosuke? I don't know. Something like that. That's probably how it's pronounced. Who's playing Gote? They're, something Q on 81 Dojo? I don't know. So the game starts with Double Static Rook. Okay, Christmas of Double Static Rook. I would have called that a very, very Merry Christmas a couple years ago. I used to like openly play Static Rook. Now I'm an all-rounder. I've learned. I used to think that Static Rook was like nothing, the end-all be-all of shogi and everything there is to play. Now I find everything fun, so this would have been a perfect Christmas for me back in like 2020, maybe 21 too. 20 was I playing? I guess I played some Furibisha in 2021, like World Shogi League. I played the Sendai Furibisha game. It was ridiculous, but it was funny. Pawn 2-3 and Rook 2-6 with me. So this is kind of a general hierarchy setup. We have an open bishop, and we have a rook coming back to protect the pawn. Generally, this is a setup I like for the side. knight with the open bishop, but it's clearly playable for both. So you pawn 1 flare and pawn push. Okay, so this is actually a really interesting thing, and I really like that we're doing something like this. What else we can do? You know, silver up, king up, all kind of normal agave moves here. Even this silver coming up, by the way, would be pretty logical. Pawn up here. Sorry. Oh, sorry. No. Not this rook. This is playable, and then rook here is the only move, and that gets super awkward. So I actually don't like that position. Please don't play that position. Yeah, that's not comfy in the slightest. Yeah, whatever. I see the tactic after saying it. So silver up leads to that. It's a very complicated position, of course. Take pawn, now rook sack. So now we drop the pawn. Generally, if we can wait to drop a pawn here, it can be nice. And sometimes, I mean, we don't drop a pawn at all because they're gonna leave the rook here. Depends on the position, depends on what line they want to play. But the longer we can wait to not drop a pawn here, generally the better, if we can afford to. Because if we can keep that pawn in hand, then that's obviously the ideal. Okay, so we are gonna push the edge pawn anyways. We push the edge pawn first, and now we're considering even a line such as knight up, bishop over, and then all of a sudden we don't have to drop a pawn at all, because if we promote here, we have bishop back, dropping the rook. To show the idea, let's say that we I don't know, just normal moves. Say for instance this line, and here promotes leads to bishop back. It's very tricky. The dragon is trapped. This can be played. I don't know how perfect of a line this is, but there are plenty of lines in Hinari Bishe where something like this is actually very, very serious. So it's a fun trick to know. I don't know if it's good in this position, but it just comes to mind. So pawn up and now king over, and we've later to the middle. Okay, we're looking at the head of the king, so it's kind of an okay square for the rook, but we're behind the pawn. I think you want to attack in the middle. The thing to do is really to push this pawn, and then we want to push the pawn again, put the rook behind it. That way you can attack with a pawn. Generally speaking, our attack should always be spearheaded by a pawn, because we can afford to attack anything with a pawn. We can't just throw a rook at an enemy pawn usually. That would be a sacrifice. We can throw a pawn at an enemy pawn and really break up the position. So it's just gonna make our attack much more effective if we have the pawn as part of the attack. Instead of going rook here, it means the rook is gonna be blocking the pawn. We'll fight 2, pawn up. Now the idea here is very Uga. We're gonna go knight up, knight up, knight up, knight up, and try and just throw everything at the head of the king. And then we also have bishop here on the edge. We're gonna do this, making everything attacks right here. Look, I mean, it's not going to work. Or it is, because they sent in this king, which means they probably won. Let's be honest, this is exactly what's gonna happen, and it's going to work because this person sent in the game, which means they probably won. Usually people send in games that they win. Okay. Pawn e6. What is this? This is stupid. It does literally absolutely zero, nothing. Pawn is wrong. Takes. And this knight. Okay, if you want to use knights up, this knight makes more sense. I'm gonna say why, because now you're trying to drop a pawn here. And then the rook gets trapped. Knight up, rook back. Okay, so our opponent literally just wasted a whole move. Takes. Knight up. Rook back. What was the point? What was the point? They moved the rook up and down for nothing. For no reason. Just for the hell of it. And by the way, pawn drop here is not necessary anymore. You can go knight. Because now this pawn is not a threat anymore since you have pawn drop supported by the knight. This pawn is gonna die. So your plan is to jump the knights. You could have jumped the knight right away. You don't need to drop the pawn. Here they offer bishop trade, so we play king up. I mean, we're gonna go off this diagonal. I don't know. I guess it's reasonable. So then they go here, which only helps us. Like, this move literally only ever helps us. We just take it, and then they give us a free pawn. What? And then they trade bishops and go bishop L. Oh wait, that's a 4. Hold on, wait. So pawn here is just starting. Wait. Oh. Uh-oh. That's uncomfortable. Oh, look fast. Really uncomfortable. So what did we have to do? Not take. Take is a blunder. Knight jump here. Okay, now we just block, right? So then if it takes, we're fine. Because now we can just use both knights. Okay, we could have done that. Yeah, but fork is a nasty one. Now he was peace. Takes knight out. Okay, Porteur. Bishop Rook doesn't really do anything. Like, we're ready to gold, I guess, and then take again, but they have the rook defending already, so they don't even need to over-defend. They decide to over-defend for whatever personal reasons they might have. By the way, this is possible, and now the knight is gonna die. Say like this. There's it. Oh, wait, king takes is losing. So yeah, just don't play king takes. Don't be me and play automatic king takes. When you automatically take things, that's when you make mistakes. I already said that rook takes is what's necessary. Okay, but still, I mean, yeah, this is scary. We can try to avoid buying this position, obviously. King back doesn't work because there's a gold. And then we're in a real world of trouble, so like, let's especially not play that position. So day 6 here is just kind of frustrating. So maybe we over-defend just to avoid that line. Sure. I mean, it's acceptable. So we're up, and now we have to sack the bishop, so what did we put the bishop there for? I'm not sure. For reasons. And anytime we're doing something for reasons is not really the best option. By the way, this looks like an interesting move if we want to continue attacking the middle. Because now, after silver takes, the silver is farther away from here. The only problem is that they're not Fukita anymore, so I don't know if it's worth it. But it's worth something to think about. Pawn up is a thing, I guess. Okay, silver up, I don't know. Pawn promote. Yeah, that's just sad. So now we spent 2 moves to disappear our good knight while getting them an extra defensive piece and a knight in hand. I mean, we're just making the position better for them at that point. Pawn up, gold back, rook over. I mean, we're not really attacking anything. Pawn promote doesn't work. Bishop up, bishop drop, which is super strong, super strong. Starting here. Okay, gold. Oh yeah, wait, they blunder a piece? No, they didn't blunder a piece because there's pawn rook here. So rook and bishop roll. Yeah, okay. No, the rook is still gonna die because there's this, and then the rook dies. So it's over. Pawn 7-5, okay, saves the rook, but it actually does not save the rook because there's gold drop here. And then the rook dies. So you know where to go, you go here. So gold drop would win the game. Yeah. And so we say silver up, which allows her trade. Wait, full gold drop also from insert trade in my line, so what am I saying? Saying something silly. As always. This is what happens when I'm just going too fast. Analysis leads to going fast. I mean, maybe you can just take, right? Because then there's at least nitro. I don't know why they avoid the rook trade even. I mean, this feels good for them. Kina? Ayara? This is from... Because now there's silver drop here, or rook drop, even if you take with fold. Yeah, I mean, it's too much. This is just a winning position. I mean, it has been the whole time. So, we go rook over, pawn push. Wait, this is a... Oh, okay, this is a sideline. Whoops. My own sideline. Messing me up. Okay, gold drop. Yeah. Okay, so play this rook over and gold drop. And then take, because it's trapped. So this line 5-5 silver actually does trap the rook. Because the gold drop afterward. So, hold on. Here's the position. Our opponent has all 4 major pieces. And he's completely trapped. And there's a knight drop here that's gonna win the game at any moment. This is over. This is a truly impossible position. Gold's 7-2. Okay, yeah, we start surrounding the king. Now nitro. Oh, we take. King back. Is it over? Like, what? What is going on here? I don't know, this feels like a move. Just get closer. Just get closer to the king. Here. Just get all these pieces in. There's no attack. There's no attack. And it's just over. So, why? Why would you ever play silver backward here? You don't care if they take the silver with the gold. It doesn't matter. So knight drop hits the rook, and rook takes. Knight drop threatening to roll a pawn. So then... Yeah, okay, so now it's just time was wasted. Silver 4-4, silver like slowing down. Knight drop, okay, king up. there's just a threat mate here. This is... I mean, I guess there's knight things. Whoops, there's knight things. Yeah, I'll pay not to do this, obviously. This position is wild. Because there's suddenly, like, actual, like... Oh, you know what? I guess this move wins. Look at that, that move wins. Because there's this line. So, takes... I guess we have to ignore it. Something like this, maybe? After bolt takes you here. I don't know if this wins, though. Hold on, they're actually holding here, aren't they? Are they just holding here? I guess maybe not sack, though. Sack might not be necessary. Or Eden. Actually, maybe the strongest thing is now the simple move rook here. Yeah, there's no checkmate, so let's say they take this. I mean, it's the attacking move. Go here. Oh, yeah. No, they can't. No, that's main one. Main one. And if they go here, it's here. So here, mains. Okay, so there is a way for them to make a third way, which is by horseback and then rook drop. So they play horseback, which is the best move, and then they just start taking things. And now they make this check, which... Okay. This not a mate here? Are we sure there's not a mate here? This feels like a mate. Okay, wait, this... Don't be Sume here. Well, how is this sensitive? Okay, sack the rook, right? Can I sack them? Wait, can I not? Actually? Wait, this is wacky that there's no sack there. Well, first of all, it comes to mind is to sack this. And then we could take here, but it doesn't do anything. This position was actually kind of wild, but there's no mate. And because there's no mate, then... What? Oh, because there's no mate, they decide to just move their rook completely randomly and do absolutely nothing. Yeah, that's how you play shogi. Just if all else fails, do nothing. If anyone didn't know, that's the fastest way to just make sure you throw a game, is to do nothing. But doing nothing is the worst thing you can do in shogi. Who cares doing nothing? Like, I understand you're trying to save the rook, but in saving the rook, you're making the rook useless and you're just giving the turn away. It doesn't matter if the rook gets taken because it's not your turn anymore. So it takes. Like, now the game is over. Because our attack ran out and our team is surrounded. So we make it so rough it does nothing and just let ourselves get checkmated. I mean, we can always, like, try this move. We could try it. Now there's no mate. Because we have to keep the mate. We're not using. The idea of using still, but... Now, we just walk up the board. And there's token here, and then we can go up. A hike. I don't know, the token here is not even working, by the way. It doesn't do anything. So, here's what happened. Our opponent had the most winning position of the world. And then... just didn't close out the game in any reasonable way. So first of all, if you want to slow down the position, you need to commit to slowing down the position, but... Or at least, not fully commit, but slowing down the position was actually a way to win. Here, they do this, and then they vote the king just like fly away. Horse here is complicated, we can just do this. Like, I'm here right now. Like I said, yeah, I also said horse there. We can do this. Now if takes, we can push. There's no checkmate. Who cares? There's no checkmate. Let me do this. Who cares? It's checkmate now. Free stuff. Oh wait. Oh, that's annoying. Wait, King Reserve. Rook is undefended in this line. And it still doesn't matter. Right? We'll just go here. This is checkmate. This is checkmate, right? Oh wait, you were here. You know, here there's no mate. This knight is doing a very, very funny thing. Preventing mate. Okay. Sure. I assume we saw that. go here, takes, go here. Then go here, and make. That takes doesn't work by the way because it's silver. And if you go here, then silver, then here. It's also escaping. There's actually a really interesting escape problem out of that. Like, it's amazing that you're surviving here. It's kind of really cool. I don't think any of this was seen in the game. Like, if it wasn't, you'd be super impressed if this stuff was actually considered in the game. And if pawn drop here, then there's an escape route. Like, this is just cool. Maybe I'm missing a better idea too. I'm sure I am, but impressed by this idea. I don't know how realistic it is, but yeah, I mean, it's working for me. So pushing loses in this really just a roundabout, ridiculous way. Unless there's a better move that I'm missing, which is possible. Pawn drop doesn't work, by the way, because they can take with the knight and then run. That's what I was saying about an escape route. I mean, it's just insane. It's just insane. Yeah, I love shogi. Okay. What is going on here? How do I win this position? Like, guarantee win? I guess just not do any of that. Just completely chill. Which, I mean, nothing's stopping us. We can just go silver here, for instance, and then just chill. Like, takes these is just still no threat. There's still no threats. We can take the silver and then be another silver. Wait. Do we win that way? Like this. And then push. Like, what about it? What about it? The silver there. So now there's no attack because there's no more gold. Like, how do you continue play, right? You can't check here, you can't check here, neither one does anything. So now because this happened, this actually is slower. I guess you can go gold here, but then even taking doesn't work because it's not me. So we need 3 moves to take and then have silver. So we need to go here, and it pushes fast enough, so takes. King comes here, now we can do this. As we have another silver. Checkmate. Okay. A computer might say something that disagrees with me on that one, but it's actually, like, you have to read their symbolizes to find that. It's kind of funny. So, I don't know. What I can say here is that Benito does a good job of continuing to just attack and make counterplay, and the opponent just does, a lot of terrible things, and eventually blenches me in one. I mean, our opponent was up for all 4 major pieces, and they lost. Anyone can get to 1 done. I swear, anyone can get to 1 done. You can just... This time wasn't the 1 done, but... Like, still... You can just be in the most winning position in the world and just... Whatever. But it's a king up, now takes. So here we get a not take, because then there's this... which means that our plan was to jump the knights, so we could just jump the knight now. Now, take is fine, and we'll just go back and then jump the knights. If you want to do this strategy, then do it. Commit, like, decide on what you want to do. This, I don't know, something like that. Feels like a playable position. Here, this comes to mind. Bishop here will be the idiot, and we're attacking. Like, it's an aggressive style, but, like, this is playable, we can do this. Then bishop up, silver out. Gets interesting. Yeah, like, I'd be willing to play that line. But I think even then, again, our plan is to jump with the knights and attack the head of the king, so then maybe even instead of this knight, we use this knight, and we're threatening the rook. So then after rook back, we jump this knight, and then pawn here, we jump this pawn. And now we're doing great. They can't even jump a pawn there, they go here. And we save all this time. Now if we go here, and they go here, we can do this, and the dragon is trapped. And then after that, we just push this pawn and press the rook here. So it doesn't even matter what they do now. They have to do something with city over the bishop because it makes no sense. Like, if they take this, now they can save the dragon, right? So here, and the threat is to do this, and then put the rook here. Look how crazy this position is. Oh, you know what? And this line is actually trick. Very neat trick. Pawn rook. Grab gold. Take. Right? Oh no, gold can take. Never mind. This loses. Loses very badly. Okay, this trick doesn't work. Okay, so Like, look at this position. Already they're starting to go here, and then go here. It's covering this, and yeah. So it's a funny idea. Hell, we don't even need to drop the pawn there, because there has a problem. And again, this pawn drop is not good because it's just pawn drop. We need to know that if we want to play this style, we'll be using kind of some sort of twisting road. We really need to know tricks like this. This is a very important use of this knight. This knight is aiming to attack here, possibly. Especially if we're thinking the kings that are doing this. Yeah, we need yeah, we're here is looking to attack this square. We need to know how to attack this square using both the knights. So what I can say for this game is that the plan was kind of flawed. Or at least the plan was right, but was not executed properly. Because we didn't understand fully how we can use both of the knights in tandem. For instance, we had this very ambitious idea to attack here, but we didn't actually make use of it. We were being too conservative. Going here and then only kind of going halfway with this isn't gonna work. We need a lot of force to break through here, and if we do break through here, it's very valuable. But just stopping halfway isn't gonna do it. So then what wound up happening was our attack was way weaker than it needed to be. Of course we also lost our gold, but I'm ignoring that right now. I'm just saying that this is weaker than it needed to be. Yeah, we missed a tactic, whatever, who cares? We need to understand where the plan could have been improved, which is something like this. As I've rehashed about 18 million times. And earlier as well, I mean, the rook even came to the middle prematurely. You could say that if you really want to attack here, the fastest way, or strongest, maybe not fastest, is to use this pawn. If they want to go here and try and threaten this square, it's fine. We put the silver here and the bishop's never getting there anyway. Who cares? Okay. So, my general point with that game was that we had an ambitious plan, but didn't really make as much use of it as we could have. Why, hello. Look who's still alive and kicking. Not me. My heart stopped halfway into those games. Okay, well, it started again. That's just magic happening. There was like some electrocution or whatever, and then it just started beating again. A Christmas miracle, one might call it. In any case, you're still alive. You got through. Good for you. Now, there were 6 more games mentioned that I might go over at a future date. Mentioned as in they were mentioned to me, not mentioned to you. There was a Google form for submitting stuff. So, now that we're back, why don't you all tell me something that you would like to see? Discord, comments, wherever, whatever, however. If you want to send me, I don't know, some kind of magical mail. I'm not telling anyone an address. I guess you would have to give it to the postman and tell him to leave it in the fantasy realm. You'll find a place. Eventually. Thank you all for joining us. I hope everyone has an incredible new year. In fact, I might even be back before the new year. There's something like some interesting thing going on already. I mean, this is... Well, I haven't done so why not, because I'm just sitting here studying and no one's saying anything. It's so unlike me, I usually know how to talk. Cut.